Hey everyone, and welcome to Health. I'm psyched to be teaching middle school again. My name's Anne Marie Andrews, and I'm going to be your instructor for this 9 weeks, or really 7.5 weeks, which we'll talk about in just a minute. Okay, so here is my teacher contact information. If you need to reach me, here's my name again. If you want to email me, you can look me up in Kmail, and then this is my cell phone number. This is a number you should call me on, or you can text me here, and please never hesitate to reach out. Right up here is the course calendar, and I have to say that in Health 7, you guys, this course is loaded. You cannot get behind. There are literally 13 lessons to do in about 7.5 weeks. So that means 2 lessons a week. Please don't get behind. You need to be spending about an hour a day in this course until mid-December. Okay? So if you can look here, what I did is, so basically you have lesson 1, human growth and development. They're all listed right over here as well. And for each lesson you have a lab activity and you have a quiz, okay? Now I will tell you there were 18 lessons in this course, and I took out 5 already, and I also took out, everybody listen, I took out all of the discussions, so you're not responsible for the discussions. Okay, so each one has either a lab activity or some sort of little essay and a quiz. Okay, and so you'll see them, and I put them all on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but just plan on Monday, Tuesday doing the first lesson, Wednesday, Thursday doing the second lesson, Friday you have a day off, right? Or however it works. But make sure you're doing 2 lessons a week, and that's what we'll be covering when we meet in our Class Connect sessions every Tuesday morning from 9:15 to 10, okay? 9:15 to 10. Okay, so on your Class Connect schedules, it'll say 9 to 10, but class actually starts at 9:15. It's a flaw in the system. I can't change it. I can't enter in 15-minute increments. I can only enter either on the top of the hour or at every half hour. So it'll say 9. I'll probably be in there around 9, just setting up the course and the class. So if you have questions, you can always come in and ask me questions. But class will start promptly at 9:15. Okay? One thing I did want to show you that's kind of, this is because I took out some of the lessons. See how it says lesson 1, 2, and then lesson 4? Well, that's because I took out lesson 3, okay? I did change them over here, so it says 1, 2, 3 over here. I probably shouldn't have done it because it's probably going to be more confusing. But just know that if you get confused, the course calendar, those numbers, these lesson numbers, line up with the Dropbox numbers. So see the Dropbox, it says 1, 2, 4, 5, all the way up to 17. You can see which ones I deleted in the numbers in between. Anyway, that shouldn't be any confusion. I mean, the titles are there. The calendar has these wonky numbers, and these are just in order, these numbers that I have in here, okay? But if you are confused, just let me know, ask me, and I will help you figure it out. Okay, so my grading policy is the same as all the other teachers here at Insight. So let's look back at the calendar. So for these 2 assignments, they're going to be due, this one's going to be due on Tuesday, say, this one's going to be due on Thursday. On Sunday night, on the 26th, I'm going to put zeros in if you have not completed these activities, the lab and the quiz, and this lab and quiz. I'll put zeros in the grade book if you have not completed them. Now those zeros, you have a week grace period. Those zeros will not become permanent until the following Sunday, okay? So on the 2nd, you will not have access to those assignments anymore. They will become permanent. And then, so this next week, these will be due on the 2nd. I'll put zeros in, right? And then this following Sunday on the 9th, those lessons will become permanent. You won't have access to them again. Does that make sense? I hope it does. If it doesn't, write those questions down, bring them to class, or send me a Kmail, or give me a call, or send me a text. But please, if you have questions, let me know. One thing I will say, these lab activities in this course, they are really simple. So don't feel like, oh my God, this is so much work. The quizzes are about 10 questions a piece based on your reading and what we talk about in class. And the lab activities are usually really short and simple. So it really shouldn't be that much work once you get into it. And most of these things that you're going to have to be doing in your labs and in your quizzes, I'm going to go over in class. So coming to class and paying attention and taking notes is very important. It'll save you a lot of time. Make sure when you're turning in your lab activities that you have proofread your assignments. I want proper grammar, proper punctuation, and correct spelling. Okay, I will take off points for those. Okay, over here, doc sharing. This is something for me to share documents with you, and I put a scavenger hunt document right here. So the first thing you need to do is you need to go in and download that document, fill it out, and then submit it right over here. You can, this is its Dropbox, okay? So do not submit assignments in the comment section. Don't copy and paste them into the comment section of the Dropbox. Attach them in a document. I need to have a copy for my records. So please make sure you're attaching them as a document into the Dropbox. And if you have concerns about that, let me know. And then right here, there's a Dropbox for every one of the other lab assignments. Okay? The quizzes go right to the grade book. Okay, if you have a question to ask, you can definitely send me a K-mail, but you can also, right here, just put it, because if you have a question, somebody else probably has the same question. So you can post it right here. And that way everybody can see what your question was, okay? And I'll respond to it right here as well. Every week I will be sending out K-mails. Probably on Saturday or maybe Sunday, I'll send you a K-mail telling you what's coming up for the next week. It'll also be right here. The assignments for the next week will be right here. They'll be in the calendar. I'll also post them here in the announcements. Make sure you're checking your announcements. Make sure you're checking your K-mails to stay on top of what's important. Okay, so now what I need you guys to do is to go do that scavenger hunt. So you need to go to Doc Sharing and download that document. And you should have all the answers to the scavenger hunt for what I just went over in the video, okay? Can't wait to see you guys on Tuesday. That's our Class Connect session at 9:15 to 10 a.m. every Tuesday, and it is required. All right, thanks so much, and I'll see you guys soon.